You're trying to juggle multiple responsibilities, creative work, client projects, and personal life, but feel constantly overwhelmed, like there's never enough time to get everything done. You're trying to squeeze everything into your day by multitasking or working late at night. You might be using generic time management tools, but they don't align with your creative work. In today's video, I learn all about my 6-block time blocking system to manage your time without feeling overwhelmed. I'm Johansson, productivity and time management coach to entrepreneurs and host of the Systems for Creatives podcast, where you learn about streamlining your business to grow without sacrificing your personal time. I also have a creative business where I sell physical planning product. As a one-woman show and solopreneur, it's so important that we manage our time well to get everything done. I am a mom. We have 3 children. I fit most of my work into a 15-hour work block, and the rest I use for creative time. So stay tuned till then, and I have a free gift for you, which is how I plan to do everything inside of my SOP, which is standard operating procedure for my CEO day. So you can see my full workflow for the week. You're going to want to stick around because if you want a structured, manageable workday where you can truly focus on what truly matters without feeling overwhelmed, enabling you to have both a thriving business and time for your personal life, then this video is for you. Early on as an entrepreneur, about 3 years ago, I went full into work mode. I absolutely love being creative. I love being an entrepreneur. But at the time, I had a 1-year-old, our youngest son was 1, and I really struggled to manage my time well. I'd stay up late at night. It affected my mornings. It affected our personal life. And I could not stop thinking about work when I was doing the dishes, and I couldn't stop thinking about dishes while I was doing work. And it's so important that we get into that creative deep flow and actually know how to step out of work when it's finished. So I developed my signature 6-block system, and that is what I'm going to teach you today. When I started this system, it didn't take me long to see a dramatic change in both my productivity and in my peace of mind. I'm going to walk you through how to do this system today so you can start applying it. In the 6-block system, we have 5 core blocks: morning, day, work, evening, and night. Lastly, we have a floating block, which is your project block. And as entrepreneurs, it is so important that we constantly know what we're working on, but that we do make time for our projects, because at the end of the day, that is what's going to keep us growing. I've tried every system. In terms of my calendar, I've tried just about everything, and I've actually gone back to Google Calendar. It is free. It works seamlessly between all my devices, and I can easily change things on the go. But with a quick weekly review, all the blocks will stay the same week to week, but you just adjust the time. They fall in the same order. Your project block might change floating depending on if it's a project in work, but you can of course have projects in home. You can have projects that you work on for yourself and your professional development. So we're going to start off with the first block, which is your morning block. That is always going to be your first block of the day. And if you do have kids, it is recommended that you have this block before your kids wake up. Even if it's just 15 minutes, add more over time. If you wake up at the same time as your kids, try moving it backwards. This is a great block which will change your activities over time. You can really set you up for not just a day, but your whole life can change once you hone in on your morning block. If you feel stuck, check out episode 30 on my podcast. It's called Feeling Stuck in Your Business: 4 Steps to Build a Sustainable Morning Habits to Get Unstuck as a Creative Entrepreneur. I talk about specific journal prompts and habits that I have worked into this morning block that's made all the difference to really moving forward in my projects and inside of my business and keep me from being unstuck. It's such a great to align your personal values with your business, even something as little as having a coffee if you are a mother. Maybe you want to work out and you prefer to do that first thing in the morning. Your morning block is just for you. So however you need that time for you to be in your business or personal life. After your morning block, you have your day block. If you have kids, your day block starts as soon as they wake up. That is when you let go of your time. You've had it already and move into your day block. And your day block, you focus on your home, you focus on your family. A lot of my clients, and the biggest thing I hear from my clients is that, yes, they find time to work on the business because they really cram it in, but they really struggle to manage their home. And that is where your day block starts. You build routines within your block to align with how you want your home and day to feel. If you have kids, it's when they wake up. I recommend you do your top tasks in your day block, whether that is quickly emptying the dishwasher, starting the washing machine. The main key of your day block is actually to get every everything running smoothly inside of your home and for your family, so that when you step into your work block, you don't have to think about anything else than deep creative work if you are currently more of a maker inside of your business, or meetings and teams if you have more of a managerial role inside of your business right now. If you want to find more about what type of person you are and how to let your time work for you, subscribe to this channel. I have a few upcoming videos to dive deeper into this whole system. But today I just want to outline the main block. Your day block stops the moment your work block starts. So maybe that is just an hour where you get everybody breakfast and get ready and out the door, and then you're back at home. Maybe it's a couple of hours. Maybe this is where you fit your workout routine. Maybe you do some quick grocery shopping on the way back. Your day block ends, your work block starts. And it is so important that we have allocated time for our work block in our week. This is where our weekly review comes in. For my CEO days, which is Friday, I'll talk more about theme days coming up as well. But the theme for my Fridays are CEO days. And this is where I review my week, where I have a set step-by-step list of tasks for planning my week. And I outline the hours for my work block. Kids just went back to school, so they are going to stay fairly consistent, which I'm not going to complain about. But this is where it's so important that you know what type of person you are in your business to allocate your time. Even if you have 1 hour or 8 hours, you know where to focus. Tips: if you have meetings, start scheduling them at the end of the day so you have bigger chunks for creative work and work yourself backward. You often get easily distracted or have things crop up, people speak to, employees or virtual assistants working back and forth, or someone crops in with a quick meeting mid-morning, and actually that throws out your whole morning block where you can't focus on creative work. That is really normal, but we can start to change that by structuring our work block as we need them to be. After our work block is finished, we get into the habit of closing our laptop, and we don't need to think about work. If we have the planning inside of our work block done, that is all we need to do. And this is what changed my life. Being able to go into my evening block, leaving everything inside of my work block there, knowing that is perfectly safe and ready and nothing will explode. It will all be fine when I come back to it the following day. So I can go into my evening block. The first thing in my evening block will be school pickup, and then we'll come home, we'll do a quick snack, some homework, then we move into dinner preparation and our dinner routine, bedtime, and everything else for the day inside our evening block. The moment your evening block finishes when your kids go to bed, okay, then you move into your nighttime block. And the reason for this is that it's so important that you have time to decompress, that you have time with your significant other, your partner, and time away from work the moment the kids are down. So as mothers and entrepreneurs, we struggle to find time to ourselves, but with this system, we have two opportunities: our morning block and our evening block, completely away from work and our children. That sounds bad, doesn't it? But it's true. So in this way, we can start to decompress. We can work on our other relationships that are so important. We can have intentional time with our partner, talking to friends, whatever it is that we need, completely interrupted. And then again, knowing that we have that time in the morning. Now, for me, I do bedtimes, I do dinner, I do bedtime. Sometimes my partner will help to clean up after dinner while I do bedtime, but usually that's all finished and ready by the time the kids go to bed. It's not a massive routine. The moment they're in bed, I can take my makeup off, get ready, relax, and decompress for 20 minutes so I can come to my pot without feeling completely tapped out. We can have an amazing, calming, relaxing time catching up on our day and just talk, really. That's kind of my favorite thing, or play cards. Both get a really good restful sleep. If you struggle to manage your time, the biggest thing that you need to start is look at your nighttime, okay? So whenever you want your morning block to start, you need to count back 8 hours, and that is when your nighttime block finishes, okay? And no excuses. If you want to be extremely productive, make sure that you are looking after yourself, not burning out, keeping that overwhelm down. Your sleep is the number one. If you can't look after yourself now, you're not going to be able to look after yourself as you scale. So free from electronics. If you can only currently in this season work 1 or 2 hours, then that is fine. That will be your work block. It is okay to grow sustainably and take a little bit longer and add things on, just like I am adding on this YouTube. This week, I'm adding on YouTube into my plate because the kids kids are back to school. And I feel so good about it because I have had this plan for a while, and it is one step at a time for new projects inside my business. There we have the 5 core block covers: morning block, which is just for you; your day block, which is really about home management and actually ensuring that you can step into your work block without having to think about anything other than work; your work block, where you can get into deep work, you can get into your managerial tasks, you can even follow your theme days, but make sure your whole week and your work blocks are planned out using my CEO day steps I take to plan my block and next week priorities. As soon as my work block starts, we move into your evening block, which is all about family again, making sure that you have that quality time with your friends, with your loved ones, and really it's all about connecting in person and cherishing that time. Then we move into our nighttime block, which is child free and not for work. So we can stop staying up late at night, being groggy in the morning, making really unproductive work. I used to be one of those people that would stay up really late trying to work on my website, trying to work on copy, videos or podcasts. I realized after a week, it's not my best work and unproductive often than I'd like. I'd have to redo or relook the work with fresh eyes because I really couldn't trust that it was that great quality. So I stopped working night times altogether, and it has changed everything that I do. It's true what they say with Parkinson's law: time expands. Our time, our projects, our life, our tasks expands to the time we allow it. And it's absolutely possible to do all the tasks that we are currently doing inside of our work block. We just need more structure and make sure that everything else is taken care of. In that, we can stop distractions moving from block to block. Each block has its own set of tasks, whether for home in your day block and your evening block, whether that is work in your work block, whether that is your personal time, your personal activities inside of your morning and evening block. Nothing happens outside of the allocated block. The time is there for you every single day. So even if things don't go to plan, you have a new chance every day. And then lastly, let's talk about our project block. This is my favorite block where I focus on making big moves and strategic time allocated to the projects that I'm working on. Right now, that is my 15-hour week course. And I'm also adding on this YouTube channel at Systems for Creative YouTube channel. We've got some amazing podcast collaborations lined up, and I am so excited for diving into my project block and actually making those moves that I have been holding back for a little while. But it is there, it is scheduled in, it is ready for me. And your project block is a floating block. Your project block is a floating block. That is because you can have it into any of your other blocks. It basically ensures that you allocate the time for what you're working on next. If that is your professional or personal development and you want that in your work block, you can do it. You can have it in your morning block, day block, or your evening block. If you are doing something to do with your home, but you are allocating that time for your next project and making sure that you are actually moving forward on a weekly basis. So not only my productivity, but so much of what I've had just as ideas are happening and moving so much quicker because I actually allocate the time to get those done. And that is what my project block is for. For my theme days, Wednesdays are my project days all together. And I focus every single Wednesday just on whatever projects I have coming up. I do have project blocks throughout the week, but Wednesday is my full project day where I can just dive in and get into some deep work. And it is amazing with having that consistently each Wednesday. I can get all my creative work out of the way, and not just out of the way. I just love diving into it, and I can focus exclusively on one major project of my choosing. If you have a project day or in your project block, you can choose what you are working on, whether that is developing a new offer, whether that is streamlining your website, whether that is working on new SOPs, whether that is working on scaling and hiring inside of your business, or adding on a new channel like a podcast, or like me this week, I am working on adding on this YouTube channel or developing your offer suite. I hope this helped you. Got some ideas with this time blocking system and you are excited to implement it. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I would love to get specific. Subscribe to my channel and download my free guide that helps you plan your week in 60 minutes. And once you get the ball rolling, I promise you it's going to take you a lot less, but it has everything in there. The click notes in there on your time blocks, theme days, and prioritizing tasks. It's the ultimate SOP for a 15-hour work week and a productive CEO day. Grab your CEO day SOP in the description and stay tuned. Hit that notification bell for more strategies to optimize your creative business.